Right, we're on to a tutorial on a page counter. This will count how many people have visited your page per refresh. So every time someone enters the page, a value will be incremented, it will be stored in a text file, and it will be displayed to the user. Or you can keep it to yourself. It's up to you whether you want to display it. Now, bear in mind this is a very simple way of doing this. It won't count unique visitors. I'm going to make a unique visitors tutorial. It'll probably be up by the time you're viewing this, so check that out. It's a bit more specific. It deals with IP addresses. However, for now this is a basic counter tutorial, and it's using file storage as opposed to database storage. Okay, so the first thing we need to do is create a file that we're going to store our value in. Now the best way to do this is either we could say right click and create a new text document, or the way I'm going to show you how to do it is how to create a file for opening, which is the function fopen, and we're storing this in the file variable. You don't have to, and we're going to say count.php, and another parameter for this is whether you want it for writing, for reading, or to append it, for example. So I'm going to say for writing. Okay, and what I'm going to do now is say fwrite, and I'm going to write to file, and I'm going to create a value of 0. Okay, so if we open our page up and we refresh, okay, we've got counter.php. Click on that, and when we go back, we'll see that we've got count.php, .txt I'm after. So let's refresh this. Okay, now we should have a .txt file. Okay, and let's just get rid of this .php. Okay, so we've done that. Now really we don't need any of this code. I'm going to delete this bit, but I'm going to keep this, and I'm going to say I want to read from the file. You could have done this manually, by the way. I was just showing you how to create a file for writing as opposed to reading. So we've got our file, we've got a value of 0 in it. Let's just give it an open and see. Yeah, we've got our value of 0 that we've inputted into that. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to say I need to get the contents of the file. So instead of fopen, I'm going to say file get contents. So for example, well, not for example, this is it, file get contents, and that will get the contents of this. Okay, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to say echo, not as a variable, I'm going to say echo file. Now what this will do is it will say file get contents. It will get the contents of our text file with our count variable in there, and it will say echo out the contents of the file. So let's go back to our page and we will refresh, click on counter, and we've got 0 at the moment. We're refreshing, it's staying at 0. As we can see, it's 0 in here. If I change this to hello and I went back to our page and refreshed, I'd have the value hello. So really we're just echoing out whatever's in this text file at the moment. So at the moment 0, the integer 0. Okay, now to echo this out, I'm just going to say you've had file visitors. Okay, so that will give us something like that. Now what I'm going to do is I need to create a new variable called visitors, and I'm going to say that is equal to file. In fact, I could put this up here to be a bit more efficient and say visitors, easy readability as well, because we can tell what this is going to be. And then basically what we're going to do is we're going to say visitors, visitors new equals visitors plus 1. Okay, so this will be our new value. Then I'm going to go ahead and say file new, so I'm creating a new file, and I'm going to open that as count.txt, because that's what it is, and I'm going to say to write to this file. Now if it was a plus, that means append, so I'm appending something onto the file, basically meaning that I'm adding to it. What I want to do is overwrite, so I'm going to put a W, and then I'm going to say fwrite, like we did in the first part, to file new, and the value that I need to write is visitors new. Okay, so really this is going to work. Let's just go through it before we run it. Right, we've got our main file, and that's getting the contents of our count.txt, which at the moment is 0. We're setting a variable called visitors to the contents of the file. We're echoing it out to the user, how many visitors there have been, and we're creating a new variable with the visitors +1, namely the person that is viewing this page at the moment. That's significant to them. That's the person that's adding the extra 1 on there. And then we're opening a new file, as we saw in the start of this tutorial, but instead we're using the W for write. Then what we're doing is just writing to our new file the new value, which is increment of 1. So let's refresh, and you can see that when it's not working. Okay, and let's check this code. Visitors new, visitors new, visitors. You've had visitors, visitors. Okay. There we are. That's the reason I had put a M there. So count.txt. Now this time we are adding 1 each time we refresh. You can see that the value is in fact going up. Now obviously to reset this, all you'd have to do is, there we are. Count.txt has been changed because we have in fact edited it. I'm going to say reload from disk, and it's changed to 19. As you can see, it's displayed 18 there. The reason this being is that we're echoing this out before we've put our new value in. So if, for example, for maximum efficiency and the actual correct value, I'm going to put this there. So in actual fact, when I'm refreshing here, let's say we get to 25 visitors and we come back here, we're going to have the value 26. Okay, well maybe at the moment I'm being a bit scatty. There's not a majorly efficient way to do it. This is always going to echo out visitors, so just to do, we're going to say visitors new. So this will equal exactly, visitors new. You can learn a lot from this. Right, so let's get to 35, and we go into context, and this value equals 35. So really, position isn't everything when you're dealing with code simple like this, but it does help. Okay, so that's a basic tutorial. If you'd like sort of any help on it, then please get in touch. But for now, check this out and give it a go, and also check out my other tutorial on a more advanced counter that takes IP addresses into account. Okay, thanks a lot for watching. Bye bye.